they were still all above that GC line. We're going to see some good Rocket League tonight.
Well, here we go. We're already off and underway, and you can see Humphrey already going to be taking possession of the ball. And oh, got him, looking to get him, but unfortunately gets nothing but blocked by the defense.
This is the first twos like style stuff that I've casted tonight, and I'm loving it. This twos play style to me is a lot more fun than threes. It's a lot more fun to watch. I love everything about twos. And we're seeing it right here, just being peppered over and over again by shots. It's hard to break through with only 2 people to look for, and it's easy to cut them off when they're trying to pass. It makes for some very, very good Rocket League.
Oh yeah, now don't get me wrong, threes is my bread and butter. That's my favorite, but I will say that twos is a completely different ball game. Honestly, threes, twos, and ones, completely different in their own right. But with that being said, I feel like twos, you're going to see a lot more of those solo mechanics, a lot more 1v1 mechanics, and you're going to see who has been practicing in that 1v1 playlist as we continue on now, a minute gone, and still 0-0.
We're looking at a lot of scoring opportunities here. Maybe, oh, he was looking for that demo, I think, but his teammate was just too far back. Off the ceiling with a little boost. Oh, good fake. It was enough to get it bottom left corner. And Humphrey has taken the lead with 1:12, only taken off the clock.
Yep, that's who got him. And then, actually, that might have been an own goal. I don't know. That was too close to call. Regardless, who got him, managed to get him. And now Humphrey, like you said, are leading 1-0. Still plenty of time, though. We haven't even reached halftime yet.
This is looking like a good game already. We're seeing it's been a Humphrey dominant game so far, but like you just said, it's only been a minute in. These teams are still warming up. And speaking of warming up, that is just an unfortunate whiff as Slayer is just going to let this bounce straight into the net.
Yep, that was some goofy goobery, pish posh, poppycock, poo diggery, hogwash shenanigans, and just gobbledygook. But it's unfortunate. It happens. It's Rocket League. You're going to have those mishaps. You're going to have a flips bad. And right there, Humphrey had themselves a flips bad.
And I think everyone knows that the first game doesn't count. Nobody actually counts the first game of the series. It's all warm up. Well, I guess I do too if I win. If I lose, no, that's just it's the first game. It doesn't count. Go next.
There you go. That makes more sense to me. I can relate to that. That sounds about right. Regardless, we're going to keep things going as now you can see it will be Lee High School trying to take control inside of Humphrey territory. They put a shot on, but it does not go in.
And it's going back to Humphrey's possession here. It's going to get a flick over the midfield defender. No boost to challenge that. Oh, got him is going to take this up wall. Look for his teammate mid who just grabbed corner. Ooh, close trying to put that top corner. But Slayer is going to air dribble this all the way back to mid for the 50.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. We're seeing a lot more of those isolated solo plays. We just saw 2 back-to-back consecutive air drags, and they weren't really able to find the back of the net, but still, it's good mechanics. They're on target. They're accurate shots. Now it's just about the finish, and honestly, when you try and go and get that finish, it's always better to go for the pass play than try and take it yourself, but, you know, if your teammate is either out of position or out of pocket, sometimes you just got to try and go for the solo. You can see who got him. Trying to get the solo, but finds the crossbar instead.
We talked about this a lot last series, where twos is a very high-risk, high-reward play. There's Ugadam. He's just going to tap that one right past the defender, both of them in net, but none of them can get to it. That's just a well-placed shot, and a really good bump from Opbomb there on Slayer, putting him out of the net. But as I was saying, twos is a very high-risk, high-reward, where if you bring both people up, you have the higher reward of probably scoring, but that risk of it just being cleared into your net is always there. So you have to be very conscious of your offense on twos.
Oh, 100%. And especially when you're on the defensive side, if you get demoed, the demolitions, they are a little bit more part of that risk-reward factor, especially in twos, because you're not going to have that third member backup. You know, if one of your players gets demoed or bumped out of the way, or, you know, Rocket League, Lord forbid, you get both bumped or demoed out of the way, you're cooked. You're 100% cooked. And that demo can also put yourself out of position as well. So again, very high risk, high reward when we're talking about the physical play in twos as well.
Yeah, for sure. We saw a lot of demos lead to a lot of goals last series. And I am expecting these teams to kind of, that's unfortunate. The teammate wasn't there, but it looks like they're going to get this back to themselves and hopefully stop this at mid. But it's like you were saying, it's just those demos are crazy. They can open up the whole entire field for the team.
Yeah, but now going right back to the midfield, you can see Opbomb taking control, able to get the swish and flick to Ugadam. But Ugadam can't get themselves a third goal here. It's still 2-1 after that missed opportunity from Humphrey.
It was looking really good. That was just an unfortunate... I mean, the best defender in the game, everyone knows, is the crossbar. It'll hit the ball out of the net every single time you shoot at it. And Ugadam saw it right there, and he just unfortunately could not put it a little further down. Sorry, Opbomb. Opbomb was the one that was shooting on that there.
It's funny you mention that because people ask me all the time, you know, Cap, who's your favorite Rocket League player? And I always say the crossbar. Crossbar,
100%.
number one favorite. The best player in Rocket League. You know, they get the most chip-ins, they get the most scores, and you know what? I think they get the most assists as well. Let's be honest. They also get the most assists. They lead in saves, assists, shots. You know, I'm sorry, and goals. You know, they're OP. Nerf crossbar. Nerf it.
The undisputed GOAT, for sure. Like, Turbo Pulsa, who is, like, it's literally just the crossbar. He's better. Ooh, that's unfortunate. A bit of a miscommunication there from the Humphrey team as neither of them go for that ball. It looks like this might be the end of game one after that clear, though. Both of them looking for the shot. Oh, the fake? There it is. That is going to seal the deal for Humphrey into game one. It is possible for Lee High School to score twice in 3 seconds, but it would be the first time I've seen it, for sure.
Oh, it would be the first time I see it as well. Outside of a custom match, I mean, if you're in a custom match and you know, just shooting the ball around, you know, sometimes things happen. But in a competitive scene, in ranked, I've never seen it happen. But you know who can score in the next 3 seconds? Could have been Humphrey, but that shot was just a little wide. And now Dolphin plays. Going to try and put it into the ground, but guess what? This one's still going. It's still up, still scoreable. But no, that will finally be the end, and Humphrey will take game one.
It was looking like a pretty solid match, though, compared to last series, especially.
They did make one, so technically they're shooting at 50%. But if you're shooting 2 shots compared to 15, you're more than likely going to fall in the score count every single time.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw it for that first half of that entire match was Humphrey just peppering that shot, or that net with shots over and over and over again. And it looks, wow! What an air dribble flip reset from Opbomb there, it looked like. Hang on, let's double check here. He gets the pop, gets the reset, puts it out of Slayer's reach. That is, I mean, how can you get a more beautiful shot there?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta ask, like, the op and op bomb, does that just stand for OP? Is that what that is? Because this definitely feels like somewhat of an OP player right now, the way that they've been scoring. I mean, they were top, I want to say they were top scorer in the previous game, and now it looks like they're trying to replicate that again.
I mean, it's just, wow. I mean, again, this Humphrey team, they're going for quantity over quality a little bit, it feels like, but they are still just sneaking the ball past the defender at every chance they can. I mean, this is just, they're playing out of their minds right now. 30 seconds in, 2 goals already.
Yeah, completely opposite from what we saw in the previous game. It took them a little while to get the ball rolling, no pun intended, kind of. As, you know, it took them a hot second to actually find the back of the net. Now they're just scoring left and right, managing to find those 2 goals early. But still plenty of time for Lee High School to try and find 2 of their own.
And there's a double commit a little bit there. It looks like Lee High School's having a couple communication issues, but nothing that they can't sort out even during this game, let alone at like a game break. But if it looks like Humphrey is just playing better to... Ooh, he's faking me out there. I thought for sure he was getting scored on. He's got it clear. It's going back to midfield. It is still Lee's possession. This is... I don't know what's happening anymore.
To me, this just looks like a good game of keep away. And, you know, that's something that Humphrey did pretty well in the first game as well. You got to keep in mind, you know, Humphrey managed to recover the ball more often than not in game number 1, and they just simply kept it out of the possession of Lee High School. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. They're just hitting the ball around, and they're making sure that Lee High School can't take control of it in order to take any accurate shots. Like, they're keeping them focused and confined within their own half.
Yeah, you're right. They're doing a very good job of cutting the Lee High School players off. Ooh, a good touch from Opbomb there. That was a good opportunity that he took advantage of. He saw that it popped up and he had a chance, and that was just, I mean, he almost pre-jumped that touch. That was a very, very good shot.
Yep, close. And now it is going to be a 3-0 lead in the favor of Humphrey here in the semifinals. Now this one's going to go right back out and towards the corner. Here comes Opbomb, but no, it will be Gotham to find the first touch, and Opbomb to do the rest. 4-0 now in favor of Humphrey.
Usually you don't score after double commits in your opponent's corner, but they have done just an incredible job here making the worst of a kind of bad situation, and they have managed to not only not get scored on, but score themselves. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, they're literally playing they're playing all offense, and now it's somewhat kind of came back to bite them because you're playing all offense, you're not playing any defense, and now you're leaving your goal wide open. So I mean, you're going top heavy with the scores. They got 4 goals to 1, but at the same time, getting that 1 goal should not have been that easy.
For sure, and we saw this a lot last series where if you cheat on a twos kickoff, there's a higher chance of you getting scored on than scoring yourself, at least in last series. I mean, obviously, if you're confident in your cheating ability, go for it. But you don't, like you were saying earlier, you don't have that third teammate to rely on who's going to corner boost and then back to net. But what a double there. I mean, this is looking like Lee High School is not tapping out yet.
Nope, not yet. And now they're back within 2. And we haven't even passed halftime. They've already cut the lead in half. We haven't even reached 2 minutes and 30. Still plenty of time for Lee High School. And that's the thing about twos. Twos, more often than not, is going to be a little bit more high scoring. So in other instances where you think that the point spread is like, oh man, this seems to be too far gone, that's in threes. In twos, you got plenty of opportunities.
There was a bump there on backboard that would have left the goal wide open had the other defender not been back. Like we were saying earlier, those bumps can really, really change the entire way that this can go. Like, if Lee High School really starts locking down bumps and demos, and they really start trying to like steal boost like Dolphin Plays just did, if they start playing a lot more aggressively, they can easily flip this scoreboard. But like we were saying earlier, it's high risk, high reward. If you have both players up, you don't have a player back, so you have to kind of watch your back a little bit.
Yeah, well, here comes Ugadam now up to Opbomb, trying to follow this touch up, and what a pass! Down low, nearly got the follow-up touch, and Opbomb will put that one right back in. It is now 5-2 in favor of Humphrey.
I'm a little mad that first touch didn't go in. I mean, that placement was almost perfect. He just, like we were saying earlier, that crossbar, that's the best defender in the game right there. But he did get the follow-up. It is going to be 5-2, and there's less than 2 minutes left. It's looking a little sketchy for Lee High School, but they did score 2 pretty quick right there, so hopefully they can keep that momentum going.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's looking sketchy for Lee High School, but you got to give it to Humphrey. When they make shots like that, it's kind of hard to make a comeback, especially when they're just playing all offense, not barely having any defense. I mean, this is literally just a scoring frenzy at this point.
It's twos, man. You were saying it earlier. You're going to see high-scoring games. You don't have that third player. No one to sit in net the whole game. You've got to be proactive and move around a lot more. Twos is so much more fun to me to both watch and play. I know why people love threes. I get why it's people's favorites. I love it too. But twos, man, I just love that high energy, constantly moving, the high scoring. I love it.
It was funny, I was watching an episode of First Touch in T-Bates, and Garrett G were talking about having a 4v4 competitive version, or even like having competitive tournaments in the 4v4. And to me, that's too much. I think that'd be too nuts.
I mean, they have that as an extra mode, that chaos, whatever they call it, I think, and it's unplayable. Like, how are you supposed to do anything? There's too much to keep track of. Everyone, like, you can have 6 people go for the ball at one time, and someone's still defending. It's ridiculous. I can't stand it.
Well, Opbomb now taking in this one out towards the corner. They only lead by 1. Still a minute left to go. Lee High School making a tremendous comeback and is now within 1 of equalizing. Goes for the flip reset, but the save and clear will go the way of Ugadam. As now Slayer from out of the corner leaves this one to Opbomb, who is gonna find the net again, giving Humphrey their 6th goal of Game 2.
You said it earlier, but I'm starting to believe that Opbomb stands for OP. I mean, the placement on these shots is just incredible. That shot out of corner is tough to hit, and he's just doing it like it's nothing, and he just keeps going for boosts. This Humphrey team, they look really solid right now.
Yeah, notice that they spelled it OPP. Are you down with OPP? That means overpowered players. And right now, Opbomb is definitely an overpowered player.
I mean, he's making it look easy too. Like that was a double commit there, but Ugadam's gonna have the possession here. He's gonna get it past Dolphin. He might have a touch out of wall here if he can get up to it. Ooh, unfortunate. Opbomb should be able to. Yeah, there you go. Beats the 50. Dolphin is gonna get a bang to the other side. Slayer's not ready for it, unfortunately. But it is coming down to 20 seconds. It is not looking good for the Lee High School comeback as Opbomb is just freestyling again in this corner. Maybe he should have left that for his teammate, but it's still Humphrey's possession.
Oh no, that looked like a big brain play to me though. That was big brain. You know, they're just eating the clock at this point. They're up to, you know, Lee High School clearly can score, so now they just have to run the clock, and they did. That's going to be game number 2, going the way of Humphrey.
I mean, who are we to question the overpower player Bomb? Like, we're playing well. You know that you were doing right by your team.
And then not to mention, like, Bomb has been hitting, clearly. They're taking shots, they're getting goals. Feed them. Feed him the ball, and that's exactly what Ugadam is doing. They see that Bomb is taking these shots, so they're gonna keep giving him the ball, keep passing, and making sure that they're finding these open net plays. And you know what? It's working out for them in a tremendous way.
I mean, this has just been a kind of a masterclass of how to play twos a little bit from Humphrey here. Their rotations are solid. They know when to dive. They know when not to, and they're obviously communicating their passes. This is just good textbook high-ranked twos. I am loving this.
I gotta tell you, you know, back in my day, in the olden days, before there was an SSL rank, like, that's how long ago it was. This was before SSL was even a thing. You know, I used to always try and get, you know, my grand champ titles in 2s and 3s. 3s first and then my 2s, and 2s was always so much more difficult to me. So seeing these players really knock it out of the park in 2s, nothing short of impressive, although Ugadam nearly got.
I was about to say, yeah, I mean, we have seen more whiffs from Humphrey, for sure. But it could just be a nerves thing, and there's a double commit. It looks like the communication has fallen a little apart in the last minute 15 here, but hopefully they can relock. And oh, there again, a double commit on defense, and neither of them are hitting it. Humphrey is just looking a little sloppy right now. Hopefully they can relock.
Oh yeah, but that's gonna happen when you're playing literally all offense, which Humphrey has been doing since game number 1. Lee High School, you know, probably gonna catch on to it eventually. I mean, we're here in game number 3, and they know that Humphrey's gonna go all out on the offense. So if you can get like a nice clear or even a good pass, you can turn that into a counter attack and find yourself a goal. Humphrey, every time they take possession, they literally throw everything at Lee High School, including the kitchen sink. They're literally just throwing everything to offense.
No, you're 100% right, and it's like a questionable touch from Ugadam there, but it looks like they have it under control. I mean, again, who are we to question Bomb? I mean, he's playing the game the way that obviously it was intended to be played, but these Humphrey players are looking like they're a little out of whack. Ugadam there is just getting some questionable touches on the wall and backboard especially.
I mean, I'll be honest, just from my point of view, being a Rocket League player for some time now, to me, it looks like they're having fun. If I could be honest, it looks like they're having a little bit of fun here.
I was about to say the same thing. With my 2K hours, I can also agree. It does look like they're having a little bit of fun in this game. Hopefully, though, we can see some more great team plays out of Humphrey, because those are fun to watch. I mean, it has to be them having fun, right? At that point, it has to just be a little bit of a competition of who can score the most.
Yeah, because you got to keep in mind, Bomb literally dropped 5 goals last game. We only seen one from Ugadam. Ugadam tries to get the first goal of game 3, and Bomb tried to literally steal possession away.
I mean, it looks like they're kind of playing with their food almost a little bit, but it might not be the best idea, as they are tied, where I think last game at this point they were up 2. It might blow back on them, but it looks like they're trying to have a little bit of fun right now.
Yeah, it does seem like they're playing just a little bit silly, but at the same time, they managed to equalize. It's a tie ball game, so I mean, as long as they're able to keep themselves afloat, then hey, have as much fun as you'd like.
For sure. I mean, it's fun to watch. It's fun to play. I'm down for people just freestyling and playing the game to have fun. But at the same time, this is a good chance for Lee High School to kind of lean forward, lock in, and hopefully, well, there's Bomb again, going to play himself the ball off the top corner. But I mean, like I was saying, Lee High School has a good chance here to kind of relock and make an opportunity out of this.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? I'm the same way. Even when I was a competitive player, you know, again, way back when, I would never play with my food at all, because you never know when the team can just turn it around and just dominate. So you really got to be careful, especially considering that we're still relatively early in the series. You know, it's still the 3rd game in a best of 7. You know, this is pretty early on. This is the early stages. So, you know, you don't want to get too goofy goobery, because then you might find yourself making a lot of mistakes. All right, now you can see Lee High School trying to capitalize on some of the lackluster performance from Humphrey, but they just simply couldn't find the back of the net.
I mean, those were all incredible shots. Those were all placed well. Those, like, you couldn't ask for better shots, but I mean, Humphrey was just good at keeping it out of their net there. I'm very surprised they weren't scored on, especially with them playing a little silly right now.
Well, just over a minute left to go. Let's see if Lee High School can try and equalize. Slayer now has control of the ball, taking this one out towards the side. Here comes Dolphin. Not getting the 50, but it is going to win the possession back in the Humphrey half, as now Slayer with an opportunity to score will get batted away by Opbomb.
He has a chance. Oh no, that is the worst feeling in the world. Those are so easy, but so hard to score. I miss those 9 times out of 10 when you really should be hitting them 10 times out of 10. That is that just feels bad. I'm sure Opbomb scoring 5 goals last game is not going to feel it as much as I would right now. But that for me is a bit of a mental breaker.
Hey, question, in that last transition when I said Slayer, did that sound like the Halo guy at all?
I did not play much Halo coming up, but yes, it did sound like the Halo guy.
It sounded like the Halo guy? Okay, good.
It did. I can recognize that voice anywhere, even not playing very much Halo.
Awesome. All right, 15 seconds left to go. Humphrey still holding on to this 1-goal lead with an iron fist. And as the time continues to tick away, you know, this playstyle looks pretty familiar. This looks like exactly how Game 2 ended, as Opbomb will all but put the dagger in Game 3 with that final shot, giving Humphrey now a 3-1 lead.
A lot of times in these games, people will rely on the corner for safety. Like if you think if you know your opponent is in the corner, you're gonna think, oh, he's looking for a pass. He's looking to get this to his teammate. Opbomb is just shooting lethally from the corner every time. He hasn't missed yet. You have to respect Opbomb in the corner, and I just don't think Lee High School are, and I think that's led to a lot of goals. But it's definitely fun to see people have fun playing the game.
Yeah, well, it looks like Humphrey are going to be having fun early on into this one. Not even 20 seconds gone, and they find their first goal, looking to find another, but no, that one's going to get cleared out by Lee High School.
That was a good 50 attempt there on Lee High School, but it's just Opbomb is just going to play that out. He's going to miss that jump. His teammate, smartly, is not going to jump that, which maybe I would have. I might not have had the self-control to not go for that. Opbomb with a very good catch. That was just about in his net, but he played that with a lot of ball control.
Not only that, but they got the demo as well. They got the demo in transition on their way in, and then afterwards was able to catch the bomb still. So again, they did a lot on that one rotation and still are holding on to this 1-goal lead.
And we're seeing Opbomb here. Every time he goes down the field with the ball, he's looking to take that defender's boost. He's looking to demo that defender, bump that defender. And they're playing a lot more aggressively than Lee High School is. From my point of view here, it looks like they're playing better together. They've had more whiffs, sure, but that they're also jumping a lot more. Like they just have more opportunities to whiff. They're going for more complex stuff. They're beating out their opponents exactly like that. It's just Humphrey here is just playing a bit of a faster game of twos.
Yeah, it does seem that way. And, you know, you see a lot of these catches that, you know, Humphrey are making, but unfortunately for Lee High School, they've had a little bit trouble, you know, with the catch and go, you know, being able to find each other on the pitch, being able to get those passes off. They'll go for them, but they don't always connect. So they have the right mindset. They have the right idea. It's just the execution is a little lackluster from Lee High School.
For sure. And I mean, it's definitely a mental game as much as it is a physical mechanical game in twos especially because they're higher scoring. You can really start to feel the mental drain. What a redirect. Oh my lord, that was a beautiful pass across the field. I don't believe this was on for got him off the side wall to redirect that right side is crazy. I don't hit that. You give me 1,000 tries, I don't hit that.
Yeah, not to mention it was interesting just because, you know, they had pre-jumped off the wall forward in order to hit the ball backward. Again, that's just calculation right there. That's a big brain IQ play.
I looked up the ranks before this match and I saw it's a bit of a rank disparity here for Humphrey. At least Ogadam is GC2 where everyone else is GC1. I couldn't find anything on Opbomb, but it is a bit of maybe a mechanics difference here, which is never the deciding factor in these games, especially when they're as close as they are. But it can lead to some crazy goals like what we just saw from Ogadam.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, even though that they are currently GC2, you don't know what their peak is. Unless they're submitting peak MMR, which I don't know how we are, you know, we're clocking the ranks here. But who knows? For all we know, Ugadam could have hit higher at some point in time, maybe last season, maybe the season before, and maybe this season, you know, they haven't been playing as much ranked, and now they're like GC2. Because right now what we're seeing, of course, is, you know, this is some pretty high level Rocket League, so having it be just around like GC1, GC2, I feel like it's higher than that. I feel like it could be.
Yeah, especially with it being this early in the season. Like, I myself am still only Champ 3 and 2s right now. I just haven't played a whole lot of ranked yet. I think for most people, they kind of wait till the storm has died down a little bit of like GC players ending up in Champ 3 after the bracket reset, or sorry, the MMR reset. But I mean, you're definitely right. They definitely could have been a lot higher. I mean, we see a 3-time SSL tourney winner on, I think, OpBomb whenever he scores. I mean, it's just, there's no telling where they peaked.
Well, meanwhile, Lee High School looking to get their first goal of Game 4, but unfortunately can't get it to go. And with only a minute remaining, Lee High School have got to try and find an answer here if they want to stay in the series, because Humphrey's still on match point. And finally, Slayer will find the first goal for Lee High School.
They have definitely been kind of behind this series, but if there is any time to turn it on, it's when the reverse sweep is possible. I can't imagine a better content than the reverse sweep for Lee High School here. I love the underdog story. I would love to see them go all the way.
Well, they still have an opportunity, just under a minute, and they're only down 1 goal. They only need 1 more. But OpBomb is there along with the pre-flip gang in order to get that ball cleared out. And now a follow-up demo. And Ugadam barely got the touch to clear that one away and will earn themselves a Savior Medal.
That was a beautiful save. He couldn't have gotten a better touch on that. OpBomb, oh, if Ugadam had stayed turned, that would have been a good goal. OpBomb, I think, was looking for his teammate there. Now Ugadam is trying to 1v2 in the air. OpBomb has potential. He's lethal in these corners. And there it is. OpBomb again out of the corner. Played the ball to himself. He's going to score that right in the middle of the net. And that looks like it might seal the sweep away for Humphrey.
I mean, it very well could. And look at the finesse, too. OpBomb, you can tell they've done that like 100 times. You know, like it was nothing. Like they just hit it into the corner. Like, oh, I know it's going to go right here. And literally, just like it was an instinct, they didn't even hesitate on the movement. They didn't have to calculate anything. They knew what was going to happen. You could just tell how much practice these players put into this game.
What I wouldn't do to be able to read the ball in the corner, man. It's like probably the weakest aspect of my game. I cannot read the ball in the corner to save my life.
Well, you know what I can read? I can read Humphrey being able to come away with a 4